some headphones on.
All right, that one's going.
Check the levels.
Yeah.
Tuesday's gone with a wind. I think I got my ears clogged up or something.
I've had that.
I'm concerned it's a brain tumor.
I've actually had the same thing. I think it's.
You thought it was a brain tumor too?
No. I just thought like I've been feeling like just a little pressure, a little water in one of the ears. I think it's just something that comes around this time of year.
I don't know, man. It's been a while. Could be a growth.
Uh-oh. All right, that sounds good. I mean, that's a
You
lot.
can hear?
I can hear it both good. I'm going to turn me down just a smidgen.
Hot mic.
Ooh, turning you down. Go for it, Tom.
That's a hot mic. Welcome back to the hearth.
And we're in.
Welcome back to the hearth.
I'm going to take these out while we go.
We are live in the studio.
We're back. Turnip and Stone. First live episode is in the works. It's almost out. We got a lot of leftover questions. Steve, will you pass me the bag from over there? It's the leftover questions from the live show. Thoughts on the live show, Steve, while we talk about, while we set up the question? No, just the plastic bag. How are you feeling following the first live show?
How am I feeling? I'm feeling pretty good. I feel like I might be anemic, but other than that.
I feel like I might be the second coming of Jesus Christ.
But outside of that.
All good.
All good.
I'm feeling better than ever. New year, 2023.
How are you feeling?
Good. All things considered.
Started smoking cigarettes, I hear.
No. I've just been around a lot of cool people who smoke cigarettes.
That would be
You're making me self-conscious. I hope my throat's not sore.
how when holy hell, I just scalded my mouth on that tea.
Jesus Christ, dude.
It's good tea, but I gotta say it kind of has a little bit of a feet. I don't know if it's got a twang to it.
It's got a little earthiness.
It's got a little earthy. It kind of tastes like a hippie's
Green
big toe.
ginseng? No, it's good for you.
You know what I'm saying, though?
Yeah,
it's
but I
got
don't
ginseng in it.
Yeah.
Does that jack you up?
Yeah, it's good for cognitive function or something
Really?
like that.
I need all of the cognitive function that I could get. I'm running on empty.
Yeah. Me, because I just had out till 3 a.m. at Zany's Comedy Club for What's Your Fucking Deal with the man, Big J. Okerson, and
Last
Robert
night.
Kelly. It was an exciting night. Comedy was fun last night and will be fun in the future.
I think it might be the ginseng.
That could be the ginseng talking. But it was cool. Big J plugged the podcast when he brought me up, which was a very kind thing.
Nice.
People have now heard Big J. Okerson say Turnip and Stone.
People have heard tell.
The word's getting around, everybody. And if you're watching this, more than likely you're in on the ground level at the next big thing in podcasting.
So turn up and stone.
Turnip and Stone. Don't forget the name.
Turn up the volume and get stoned.
I think we should do a Drunken High episode.
Yeah, I like
Turned
that.
Up and Stoned.
You drink Red Bull vodkas and I get stoned.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Let's do that. Should we do that as like a 10th episode extravaganza?
Yeah, 10th episode extravaganza. We're gonna turn up and stone.
Yeah.
And get stoned.
And then we'll give you guys
live stream.
Just screaming.
We're gonna put it on chat.
Absolutely crazy shit
on Chatterbait. Just put it on Chatterbait.
It would be funny to go because like Facebook is like 90% old high school friends and relatives. You know, it's not like the most active comedy social media. So it'd be funny to just get blacked out and then go on Facebook and just say absolutely wild shit to like Aunt Linda.
Just be like, send us 10 coins and we'll masturbate on camera. 10 Facebook coins.
You're just giving advice. We'll whack it on.
You like to stream the cams? Are you a cam guy?
I mean, they're
tune into the cams?
They're hot, but I won't come to them because I have a girlfriend, and I feel like that's cheating.
Yeah, right. Of course.
I draw the line at
edging.
I can start to a cam, but out of respect to my lovely female companion, I refuse to finish to a cam.
But you'll bust to a video?
Yeah.
As for ethical reasons?
For ethical reasons, I'll bust to a video, but not a live cam. It's like I'm there with her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but what if it's a large audience? If it's a 1-to-1, that's almost cheating.
That is, I think. I think you have to disclose that. I don't think that if your girlfriend's cool with that, then she's cool with that. But I think if you're sneaking that, it's cheating.
I had that conversation with a lady I used to work with of like, we're coming into an age where cheating is, the lines of cheating are getting blurred.
Yeah.
By like digital vagina.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, if you think about it,
vagina.
It's interesting that like your girl can be like, I don't like you looking at other women. Like if you're out on the street or like, you were talking to that girl? Like, were you flirting? And then you're like, but we both know that the other one watches pornography. Where I look at other naked women.
Right.
Touching themselves and playing with their nipples and shit.
Yeah, so it's all right to look.
Well, yeah, but you're right. It's just like there's technically a line somewhere in there, but we are in a shade of gray in terms of eras. You know what I mean? Right.
I think it all comes down to how you feel. Like if you're like, if I caught my lady video camming one-on-one with a guy from Turks and Caicos or whatever.
Yeah.
Turks and Caicos.
Yeah.
Is that how you pronounce it?
What would you do?
I'd be bummed out.
Yeah.
It would ruin my evening.
Yeah. Would that shut down a relationship?
I think it would be cause for conversation.
Yeah.
At the very least.
Yeah, there'd definitely be there'd be a convening of the minds to figure out what the next step is.
I'd be like, that better be a virtual doctor's appointment. And it's cheaper out there or something.
A virtual gynecologist appointment?
She's like, don't look into it, all right?
He went to the University of the Bahamas.
He knows what he's doing.
For pussy shit.
For pussy and shit.
This is the kind of relationship breakdown stuff, by the way, that you'll be able to get at the next live episode.
February 10th?
Friday, February 10th. Turnip and Stone returns to Avondale Coffee Club.
The two love doctors.
Yeah. The two doctor penis PhD and Dr. Vagina MD. I wish I came up with something better.
How many gynecologists do you think are perverts?
It's tough. You really want to give people the credit because being a doctor is a lot of work, and I hesitate to shit on them because I think it's a noble profession.
No, I'm not shitting on them.
No, I know. But I mean,
there's got to be a couple that slide through the cracks.
There has to be. 1, 3, we're good. Yeah, no, I mean, there's no way that none of them are. I think that even if you're the most well-meaning gynecologist, you probably still go home with like, it's almost like being a soldier. It's got to fuck up your perception of a vagina. Even if you're not a pervert, you got to start thinking about them in a real, like, schematic blueprint kind of way.
Oh, you mean like to undesexualize it entirely?
Yeah, or it's seeping into the sexuality unknown. You know what I mean? And then when you come, you just all of a sudden 170 vaginas from the past 2 years flash before your waking eyes.
170 vaginas come rushing in.
But here's the thing: you're also not working with primo veg.
Well, you're working with everything.
Yeah, but I'm saying like, well, I mean,
get the whole spread. It's like a mechanic.
But you're also getting a doctored spread because the people who come are the people who need help.
Yeah, it's banged up down there.
Yeah. I mean, there's people coming for the annual checkups, but the people who are scheduling last-minute appointments,
they're fender benders. There's a couple of accidents.
They're finger benders.
But it's got to be like a plumber or something where he's like goes into a house one day that's like a billionaire's house, and he goes home. He's like, "You will not believe the house I was in today."
Yeah.
The guy had a pool inside.
Every now and then, it's somebody's. Oh fuck! It's got to be somebody's first gynecologist appointment. How young do you have to be? You don't have to be 18 to get a gynecologist appointment.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was going next with like pediatricians talking about like doctors that could easily be creeps. You just get to shake a little kid's balls every day.
See what comes out.
It's the perfect crime. Just become a doctor.
It's the perfect crime. You save lives and you get to
shake hands with a sack.
Oh man. God, the love doctors are in the building. All right.
We got some questions here. Eric's got some questions that we're going to tackle.
Yeah. Should we shuffle them up or should we just go and yeah, we'll just go. All right. We've set aside the love questions. So this is a more technical episode. We're not dealing with matters of the heart.
Right.
This episode. We're saving that for February, aka relationship month. How do I get my cat and dog to get along? Anonymously submitted from the live show. How do I get my cat and dog to get along?
I mean, two species historically at odds.
There's never really been. There's all.
How do I get oil and water to mix? I mean, come on.
It's raining cats and dogs out there.
I would say maybe dress the cat up like a dog.
Yeah. What if that ends up with that might end up with your dog fucking your cat?
Why is that a problem?
It's 2023. Why is that a problem?
Yeah, you're talking about a cat dog. Talking about Cat Dog, the sensational cartoon
Of the late 90s.
Half cat, half dog.
All right. What if you put your cat and the dog? I say put them in a situation where they have to work together. Like lock them in the house and set the house on fire. That way they're forced to work together as unlikely allies.
Send them both to sleepaway camp and put them on team building exercises where they have to stand on a tiny log at the same time. You have to put 10 people on a 4x4 at the same time.
Sign them up for Second City improv classes.
Have them hold hands and each share a vulnerable moment in their lives to one another to build trust.
Yeah. That's yeah.
Your life's pretty good though if that's the problem that you're looking for answers on.
Yeah, either that or it's all falling down and they just need one thing to go right.
Yeah, that is someone whose house is just on fire. Their whole life is destroyed.
I feel like whoever wrote that has a messy stove. You know what I mean?
Dude.
You ever walk into somebody's place and they just haven't cleaned the stove in like 30 days?
Oh yeah. I used to work in apartment buildings as a janitor.
I mean, not to say I've never been that guy before, but it's a real sign of where your life's at.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, I went in this apartment one time in this building I was working at, and this lady had so many animals, and there were like reptiles and stuff. It was like a high rise, and it was like a low income building.
You want to know what's bad news as a lizard when you're leaving the pet store is how much time you spend in an elevator on your way to your destination. If you go up more than 13, 14 flights as a lizard, you're like, yikes. This person lives above the world in a pit of snakes and reptiles.
And dude, like fish, cats, lizards, there was stuff everywhere. Absolutely filthy. The lady like answered the door. She had these like big old Coke bottle glasses on, like real strange.
How old?
She could have been 40 or she could have been older than time itself. She could have been between time.
This could have been Mother Nature who moved into a high rise on North Lakeshore.
All the guys, like the old school guys that worked at the place, like sent me in there because they knew like 53C or whatever the unit was like this kooky pet lady. Yeah, and it felt like I was inside of a terrarium. Like she felt like she was one of the animals. What?
Was it humid in there?
It was misty? So humid. I could not even breathe. It was steaming in there. And I had to do like a decent amount of work and just in like utter like 4 Shih Tzus running around.
That's crazy.
Just wet-faced Shih Tzus, a cat, a lizard, and it was like a studio.
Did the dogs
downtown.
And cats get along? Because we might need to get her on to answer this goddamn question.
Yeah, she might be able to
be the soothsayer.
Yeah, she looked like she could be multiple species.
What was I saying before that?
How do cats and dogs get along?
How do the cats and dogs get along? Watch Milo and Otis with him. Remember that movie? Tie them both in a burlap sack, put them in a river.
Is that in the movie?
I don't think so, but I do think they float down a river at one point. They got to work together. You're going to have to make them work together.
You got to make them work together.
Do something cute. Put the dog food in a place only the cat can reach. Put a cat treat on the dog's belly. In all seriousness, here's my actual advice. Get the dog really tuckered out. Take him on a big, long walk. Throw the tennis ball. Spend half a day getting the dog worn out. Cat, give him double size, double helping of food. Big belly. Get them both tired. And then make a fire in the fireplace or something. And just bring the vibe way down.
Get them to both sit close.
Yeah, just not down in a negative way. I just mean Jack Johnson playing. You got to have a little J&J on. Get a little fire going, or just make the place toasty in the, snowing outside. Yeah, dog tired, cat full. And then, go for the 3-way snuggle.
Right.
Have the cat on your belly, taking a nap. Dog as tired as can be. Call him over with a treat. Put his head on your lap while the cat's sleeping on your chest. And go from there.
Gently slide your hand down the cat's back.
Almost like when you're fighting with a lady. And then you go out, you take her out to dinner and you guys fuck. And then you're laying in bed and you're like, all the problems seem so far away now.
You make her run around the block 3 times. That's what I do. Take a lap.
Go on. Walk around and think about what you did.
Jog this off.
You want to tag that up? You got any real
authentic?
Any fix-em-ups for the cat and dog person?
How to get them to like each other. How to get along.
Yeah. Put peanut butter on your cat's penis?
Yeah, just give them a bunch of treats.
At the same time?
Just around each other. Give them a bunch of, or when they're behaving with each other.
Positive reinforcement.
And then when they're bad, they get punished.
Yeah. However you see fit.
A lot of yelling. I like to be very belittling to my dog.
Yeah.
Like, you are bad.
That hurts me to hear.
I can't believe you.
All right.
No, I'm good to my dog, man. I just got her to bed.
No, you are. And Steve's dog likes me because I'm the only one who touches her. I feel like
I pet her.
I know, but I feel like I nuzzle. I get down on her level.
Oh yeah.
Really.
He likes to get on the floor.
Yeah. I'm tired. Any excuse to lay down, sit down? No, I know you're good to the dog. Steve's got a very well-behaved dog. Really never heard her bark, ever.
Yeah, we trained it out.
We beat the shit out of her for a while.
I did do a lot of hey! Nope. Like anytime she'd make a noise when she was little because we lived in an apartment.
Yeah.
Plus, it might be the breed. I don't know. Great Pyrenees mixed with, I think, a lab.
Yeah, she's definitely got some laboratory.
Kicking around in there.
Laboratory feelings.
All right. What do we got?
Next question, everybody. Turnip and Stone.
Give me something good.
This one's all right. How do I get an actual job with this Masters of Fine Art I am stupidly getting? ?
Now, this is a common issue.
Yeah. It's an issue of mine. Except I didn't get a master's. And the bachelor's of art that I got was not fine art. It was just regular art.
It was your Bachelor of Art?
Yeah, that's what sociology
So am I.
is. Bachelor of Arts.
Communications.
Possibly fine arts. I don't think so. So here's the thing. We got some definitions to hear. How do I get an actual job?
Yeah. Send them a resume.
Let's define actual job, because you could become an electrician with a Master's of Fine Arts. You're just going to have to also learn how to become an electrician.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you're willing to do that, but how do I get an actual? Well, I mean,
apply
to
where you want to work. Find a business that you want to work at and send an application in with a resume.
And say I have a Master's of Fine Arts.
Yeah, but I worked at here, and here.
Here's the thing, and this is something that I struggle with. You're stupidly getting it. I knew that when I was getting associate, but when you're in college, you don't feel how stupid it is till you get out. And then you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
I got a stupid degree.
It's a milestone, though, to have a degree, especially if your folks didn't get it or whatever. Like to say, I finished 4 years of this shit that sucked.
It's also a master's. That looks good, kind of no matter what. shows you stick with stuff for 6 to 8 years.
Yeah, no one cares what you graduated in.
Cards full.
So, what do you want to just audio it?
Should we go? You want to go audio, or do you want me to just take it to dump the footage real quick and put the card back in?
I don't care. Restart. Stop. Start.
Stop. Start. All right. We're gonna do a quick stop. We're back. We're live again.
All right.
I would like to do a. I'd love to have a studio set up where the camera just stays, when we're not traveling, the camera just stays screwed to the wall. You know what I mean? So you just walk in and hit.
Yeah, that'd be
dink,
best bet.
and everything goes. All right. So, the last question before the camera died.
How do I get a real job?
Real job with a master's degree. I say trust the fact that you have a master's degree. You're doing good. You're already off. You're ahead of the races. Find something fun.
Yeah, just because it's fine arts. Here's what I'll say.
Yeah.
Everything's negotiable. You got to sell yourself, and it's however you're essentially selling yourself to get a job. I think I've become. I might be a self-help
guru.
Yeah, I'm gonna start writing self-help stuff.
What's your pen
and
name?
I'm gonna be like Ty Lopez. Be like, this is how you get a Lamborghini. But no, here's what I've had so many jobs that I feel like I'm very good at getting interviews and getting hired.
Yeah.
And I think it's very simple.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's easy. I think people hype it up too much.
Yeah.
It's like, I think just throwing out like a human thing of an email or a call, or like if people respond well to just genuine curiosity or like intent. So like in terms of finding a real job with a master's degree, it doesn't seem like it's a big hiccup to find a job. You just have to like cobble together a resume and approach.
You know what I'll also say? You got a master's in fine arts. You've committed your life to being somewhat quirky, fun, and interesting. You know what I mean?
Right.
You didn't play it safe. You're $80K in debt. You know what year the Mona Lisa was painted. You can appreciate a Picasso. You understand different. You know what cross-hatching is and shit. Stippling.
And there's still a lot. Sorry to cut you off.
No,
Go ahead.
Good. Oh, I was just gonna say, like, you're on track to have a goofy. You committed to the art thing. You know that's not. They're not just handing out actual jobs for that. You might have to greet people at a museum for a couple years. You might have to, and I'm saying this a little bit to myself, but you might have to accept that you've sold your soul to having a good time. You know, you're pursuing a passion.
Yeah, what was the reason you got the fine arts degree in the first place?
Yeah.
Like, what about getting a job that relates to the fine? Like, there's large cities that have a lot of art-related shit. Like, you might not be cutting your ear off and painting in a sea shanty. You know what I mean? In terms of living an artistic life or whatever. But you could, like you said, work at a museum. You could be a teacher. You could be a curator.
Yeah.
You could be a
low-cost homosexual prostitute.
The sky's the limit. All you need is some heels and lipstick, and you
could be out on.
What is art?
47th and Whacker.
What is art anyway? That's art.
Yeah.
How you cobble together a drag outfit?
Yeah, is art.
And hook?
Yeah. You might have a way to like whack off a guy in a pickup truck underneath a turnpike in such a way that makes the other prostitutes go, holy shit, no one's ever done it. He just changed the game.
You just go, that's an art, not a science.
Yeah. A lot of you guys are just trying to get the most bang for your buck, but I'm out here. I do a little twist and flick. I put the tip of my tongue inside his penis a little bit. And sure, I charge a little bit more, but it's like going to a premium coffee shop. You get a little foam art. It comes in a nice cup.
It's a little
found
things.
The art in it. Yeah.
What we're saying is anything could be a real job.
Art.
It can all be what?
It can all be art.
It can all be art.
You can be reusing a baby wipe for the third time to wipe cum out from between your butt cheeks. and you look at it and you go, this reminds me of an autumn sky.
Right.
The colors.
You could be building a shelf at a Home Depot. And the way you assemble the shelves.
Are you trying to get this away from the gay prostitute because you're homophobic?
Yes.
All right.
No.
Sorry, guys. I did a late night edgy crowd work show thing, so sort of talking. Excuse me if I'm being a little nasty.
I got my Menards list here.
Dog. It just says dog food and storage containers. You wrote down the 2 things.
As sad as that is, I would probably forget. I think I forgot them for the last 3 weeks.
You see the camera? It's tracking a ghost. You see that?
Yeah.
It's very spooky.
It's going to be entertaining.
It's focusing on a ghost over here. I went to poke it. The ghost went up. Crazy shit.
Wow. Right. Let's move on. This one's dead. There's nothing here.
I know. I talk about having a liberal arts degree too much anyway.
You talk about what?
About having a liberal arts degree and shit. So.
Yeah. You're stepping on your act.
The world. No. Well, I mean a little bit. But the world just knows. The world knows what's up with liberal arts degrees.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Get a nice car. Drive Uber. Figure it out.
For some reason, when you said nice car, I imagined Lamborghini, and then you said Uber. I just imagine him
Ubering.
picking up for people. All right. Why do quote unquote Americans always say they can understand Spanish? We all know that's not true. We love you though, heart.
It's not a question.
Not a question.
Statement.
No, what is? Why do Americans always say they can understand Spanish? I don't.
Yeah, that's not a common thing.
They can understand just the language Spanish? Yeah, I don't encounter. Here's the thing. It's because we want you to like us. If that has ever happened to you, it's because the white person we want you to think that we're cool and cultural and that we understand what's up.
Would you say Americans are culturally more outgoing than others?
What do you mean culturally outgoing? Like we're
like
more accepting
as
of other
people,
cultures?
like say you're a Frenchman, you're like, when I encounter Americans, they're typically pretty
You want to know?
vivacious.
I'll say a compliment about the American culture. Even the most conservative Americans, generally speaking, will kind of have an attitude of like go be Muslim over there, go be Mexican over there. You know what I mean? Like just let me be white, my little white. But if you go to like France or Saudi Arabia or something like that, they're like no Christians in the whole country. Or France is like get Muslims should be out of the take them, put them on a bus.
Yeah, I mean we're historically
we have a little bit
pretty tolerant.
Yeah.
And that's up to a point.
And that tolerance is why we pretend to know Spanish, or at least somebody has to you.
Here's why. I think because fucking over 50% of the United States is Latino at this point. I really think that's a true fact.
I think we're.
Have you looked that up?
You want me to check? You want me to Jamie that?
Do you want to? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we don't have to. Don't worry about it. But I'm pretty sure it was either like soon in the next year or two.
I've heard in the next decade.
Or now they're like, white people are statistically a minority in the United States, which would make sense.
Let's see.
It's only a matter of time.
Percentage.
Well, what do you think about the world? Like what is the most? Is there the most white people in the world?
No, it's Chinese.
Oh yeah, by a long shot, probably.
By a Wong shot.
By a Wong shot. Big Wong.
Percentage Latino in U.S. It's 18.9%.
Latino?
No. Yeah.
So I'm dead.
White is almost 60%.
I'm dead wrong.
No, but people have predicted that it's moving up that way soon.
Maybe it's certain cities or something I saw.
Definitely certain cities. All right, we don't need to dig.
I feel like I might have looked at Chicago or something and it said it was more the other way.
Yeah, San Antonio.
I don't know.
You're looking up the statistics in San Antonio. Yeah, we want to seem cool, and we don't want you to think that we're ignoramuses, so we pretend to know Spanish when we order Polo Verde.
Yeah, that's why. Because we want a Crunchwrap Supreme. We want it now.
We're so tolerant that even though we want a Crunchwrap Supreme, sometimes we'll go to an actual Mexican restaurant and just get a regular taco, and we'll dream about we'll go home and put Fritos in it where no one's looking. But we don't want. All right. I had to quit my bartending job because I was becoming an alcoholic. I am jobless now. No question.
Just another statement.
My car's low on gas, but I think I'll wait to fill up.
I might go to Target today. I don't know. Maybe Sam's.
I meant to send my mom a postcard, but I forgot.
I'm thinking about buying more bulk in 2023. Period.
I need more freezer space.
Why are things so expensive? That's a question.
They were an alcoholic because they were bartending. Now they're jobless. I say good on you for knowing to get out. Better to be jobless than to wither.
Yeah, I'd rather be poor than a degenerate.
It'd be funny if they were like, they're just an even worse alcoholic now.
They've relapsed since.
It never says they quit drinking.
Oh, yeah. What did it say?
It implies they quit drinking.
I thought it said, it just says I quit attending bar because I'm an alcoholic.
Now I'm jobless. So they might be on the streets.
I see. You have another question we can diddle?
Hey, I would say get a job at a coffee house. A lot of similar skills, no alcohol.
They passed out in the middle of writing that. Snoring.
I think my coffee shop advice is good advice.
That is good advice. That's the polar opposite.
Overlap. But you're working in the morning?
Yeah.
You can go to bed early?
Get a sales job. Work from home. Make $200K selling catheters.
How do I get happy without really trying?
I think on this one you're going to want to turn to the ancient Japanese philosophy of wabi-sabi.
That sounds like a restaurant in Tucson.
To try wabi-sabi?
Yeah.
I think it is, but it is actually a Japanese philosophy. It's a Japanese philosophy to act without acting. Something like that. To be without forcing or something. To let things flow.
Yeah, I would say in a similar vein.
I mean, that's an optimal existence, really.
It depends on what you need to be happy. But if you can be happy with a middle to lower class lifestyle with an HBO Max subscription and a hand job at the local massage parlor once a month, you don't really have to try that hard.
Right.
You could be a GM at a McDonald's.
But they're saying, how do I do it without effort?
Yeah, but if you want to be truly happy.
With no effort.
With no effort. You got to take having no effort to the next level. You got to Buddha out under a tree, crisscross applesauce. Let the world in your mouth, out your asshole.
I'm trying not to try, but it's not working. It is not working. I'm trying way too hard not to try.
How do I get happy? You could win the lottery. You have to try and win the lottery. You got to buy a ticket. But it's not really trying.
That's the paradox. Such is life.
Yeah.
You can't try. You can't not. How can you try not to try? This is turning into an Alan Watts video very fast.
And I have always said this. Things can be more than one thing. You can be trying and not trying at the same time. I believe metaphysically, things can be more than one thing.
Really?
Yeah. I think you can be, letting go and holding on at the same time. I think.
If you're letting go, you're not truly holding on. If you're holding on, you're not truly letting go. So you could say you're saying you could like semi hold on, semi let go?
No, it's not even 50-50. You can just be doing both. You can be letting go and holding on at the same time.
Kind of like a fish that swims next to like a whale.
Yeah.
Like what do they call that? Symbiotic
you can be
relationship?
A fish swimming against the current is moving and not moving. If it's going the exact same speed as the river's going the other way. You know what I mean? This is going to come across as nonsense, but I do believe it's true. I think that as a human being, you're capable of yes and no at the same time. Black and white. Like, people have beliefs. I've heard like a lot of people.
Tell me there's a gray area.
Yeah, but I would say there's also a black and a white area. It just is and isn't. Like if you ever, this is something this is my best example. I was talking with a friend about religion, and they were like, I don't think people are actually religious because if you look at the actions that people who claim to be religious take, they don't follow the code of their own religion. And I'm like, yeah, but people hold the belief and don't hold the belief at the same time.
Wait, repeat what you said before that.
It's like my buddy said, he's like, people say they're Christian. They're not Christian because they don't espouse and act as the Bible would tell you to. Or Muslims.
Right.
They say they're Muslims.
They don't uphold what their book says or whatever.
Yeah.
What their religion states.
And people have said like, somebody had a thing about, I was listening to a podcast about like people going to war? It was like, people don't actually believe in the cause of the country. They do it for other social reasons. And anyway, it's all to say that I think people like can deeply hold a religious belief and not hold it. And it doesn't mean that they don't believe it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I believe that.
I think that people are too complicated to be boiled down to a and/or situation.
Yeah, things aren't one way or the other.
Yeah, things are both.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
No, it's all of this and all of that. This isn't great podcasting. This is just what I tell myself.
I'm confused.
I know. It's
you confuse me. We got way too metaphysical on a Saturday.
We'll dig that up another time. And we'll definitely cut that from the podcast because I sound like a nut.
No, don't. That was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do we got?
I didn't do the best job explaining it either. I'll figure out a way to synthesize that for the good people.
So you could be both things, good and bad?
Yeah.
Yeah,
yes,
that's the anti-hero. That's the anti-hero. He's good and he's bad. You don't know whether to root for him or to root against him.
Yeah, but here's the you're still looking at it 50-50. I'm saying people are all good and all evil. Is kind of what I'm going for.
Yeah.
It's not like a guy on the edge and he's going to fall one way or the other.
Well, what was that one guy that said the good line between good and evil is a line that is crossed in every man's heart?
It's a great saying. You come up with that?
I think it was Adam Sandler. I think it was in Big Daddy.
I think that was in Click.
Dude, Click will make you cry, son.
I haven't seen it forever.
I just remember it being a kind of a tearjerker because I
was young when I saw it. I remember leaving feeling guilty because I went with some buddies in middle school and I knew my mom, like if she knew what was in that movie, she'd be mad I watched it because they said like curse words or some shit. And I went back and I was like, Mom, I'm sorry, but I should tell you the movie was a little inappropriate.
That came out when we were like 16, dude.
No.
I think we were up there.
Hey, Google, when did Click come out?
Oh, 06. I was a freshman in high school.
I was an 8th grader.
Your mom would let you hear cuss words in 8th grade?
No, I think it was like sexual themes and stuff too.
Oh.
I don't know. It feels like 2006 was more than that.
06. I was getting HJs and
No way you were getting HJs in 06. When you were born, 92?
Yeah, 92. I was 15. 14,
12.
15.
8. No, yeah, you're 14.
I was a freshman in high school.
Hold on. Hey, Google. No, thank you.
I was trying to grab a breast.
I mean, I was trying.
I had seen a tit.
You're always trying to.
I had seen a tit at that point. So if my mom was like, there's sexual
an
content,
RL
I'd be like,
tit?
I saw a pair of tits behind.
You saw an RL tit? I didn't see a real life tit till I was 17.
Oh, really?
I mean, I saw plenty on the computer and stuff, but I didn't see a real life tit till back of the red Ford Explorer.
That was your first tit? What kind of Explorer? Was it a 4-door? Or was it a 2-door Sport Track?
No, it was a 4-door Ford Explorer. Red, had the little button keys on the side.
Yeah, dude.
That was a great whip.
It had like a code.
Yeah.
Was it yours?
It was the family's, and then when I got my license to like go to school, like I would take it. It became mine functionally.
That's a badass car.
It was a great first car.
For a high schooler, you were balling with an Explorer.
Yeah. I mean, I would have been if I wasn't a huge nerd and pussy. Somebody could. My little brother was balling with the Explorer. He couldn't even drive, but he knew the code, and
it was the same one.
He'd take girls into my Explorer on his lunch break.
And by then it was a jalopy, so your brother's hanging, dude.
Sloppy toppy in the jalopy.
Yeah. By then it was wore out, so he was pulling in a jalopy. That's a man. I remember
I had to go get something out of my car on lunch break, and I opened the door. And my little brother was in there with a chick.
No way.
Yeah, I was
banging,
peeved, probably making out. I don't think they fucked on lunch break, but they were close. I definitely interrupted something.
Damn, dude. First pair of jugs. So the first tit you saw was
great first pair of jugs.
And it was a chick you were like,
if you listen to this, I won't say her name. You know who you are. Great first pair of jugs to see.
Really?
Really good.
And it was just you and her?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
On again, off again, high school thing. I fucked it up. She banged the pot dealer. I was making out. I was seeing tit, but I didn't get the balls to fuck her in the Explorer.
Yeah.
And then I got her real hot and bothered, and then the school pot dealer came in with a little gas station pack of 3 condoms
and money in his pocket.
Absolutely put it down. I still resent him.
Damn.
Yeah. Really, nothing preps you in life for like the first time a girl you like fuck somebody else. What a devastating thing to encounter.
Yeah, that's tough.
Out of the womb, nothing's going on really. You learn to skateboard or you learn to play guitar. You watch TV. You get a favorite show. You pick up a hobby or two. Next thing you know, your beautiful, beautiful angel is getting banged by a guy with a flaky mustache and a few grams of pot. And you have no context for it.
What kind of car did he have?
I think he actually did have
I bet he had a T-top.
Mustang thing.
He had a T-top, dude.
He had a white trash sports car.
A Z28 Camaro. Something loud.
Vibrates a vagina into thinking that letting a guy with an emo haircut eat it is a good idea.
Yeah, it's got a frequency that just makes her explode.
Yeah.
The fart pipe on a 2-door Civic. Just, it's almost like a Buddhist.
Yeah.
Some Tokyo Drift.
I'm just happy I didn't grow up in an age of the what is it? RBG LED lights under the car.
Underglow?
Yeah.
Well, that was kind of when we were growing up. We just weren't
No, but I mean like
Latino.
I'm saying like the accessibility to color changing LED lights now it's too accessible. Too many people have
it's too affordable.
Have access to them. They're not special anymore, but I think women are still tricked by the pretty colors at an early age.
Yeah, like a bug.
Yeah. Just not full grown, not mature naturals, but I do think that sweet babies.
Just some blue neons.
16, 17-year-olds.
We'll draw them right into the frequency of the Civic pipe.
Yeah, and I think you can change the kind of. I think if she's not loving it, you go, hey Siri, make that orange, and it turns orange, and I think that brings them out. Yeah,
brings them in. You just said, "Hey Siri, turn them orange."
Yeah.
So this is gonna sound crazy, but I think the first real life pair I saw was. I was in like 5th or 6th grade, and we were like skateboard punks.
Yeah.
So we used to skateboard up to the gas station and like get sodas and steal candy bars and wreak havoc. And one time a guy that we were friends with started walking down the like busy 4-lane road with a cup.
Yeah.
And somebody stopped and like tossed $5 in. And that just like lit all of our brains up, and then like fast forward 10 minutes later and we're like collecting money for a hockey trip to Wichita, Kansas. And we're trying to buy our airfare because our coach got hurt, and like
you're lying and stealing. You're stealing.
This is not good. I'm paying karmically for the rest of my life for even being associated with this whole event. But I don't remember taking money. I don't remember actually taking money from people, but I didn't speak up.
Yeah.
So I'm guilty.
By omission,
guilt by association.
Yeah.
Was guilty by association. Anyway, it's a great business model. We raised like $50. And we're sitting on the gymnasium steps of our school in the neighborhood, and like out of a movie, dude, a chick in a sundress walks up the street. And this was like the show me your boobs era.
Yeah.
Remember when you just holler like show me your boobs in like sixth grade?
Did not really exist in Cary, North Carolina.
Really? Well, it probably didn't exist anywhere. I just was probably friends with a bunch of
or I should say, yeah, it probably existed in Cary or in parts of North Carolina, but I was not. Me and my friends were not privy to it.
You don't remember like when boobs, like saying boobs was funny?
Like, I remember when saying
show
boobs
me your
was funny,
boobs.
Like, yeah, people.
It was like not.
Yeah.
It was like not a cuss word. It was like it was a cuss word you could say. Yeah, it was cuss adjacent.
And it was a distasteful word.
So somebody yells at this chick after we collected this money. Show us your boobs.
Yeah.
She's like laughs. Like she was probably a couple years older than us.
Yeah. How old were you guys?
I was in 5th grade.
Okay.
So
8th grade?
5th.
No,
she was like 7th or 8th grade or something, probably like that. And then someone goes, again, show us your boobs. We'll give you money. And she turned back. And we gave her like $30 and she flashed us her tits next to the gym. And that was the first pair I saw, and it was like
out of a movie. That's out of an 80s movie.
Her nipples, my eyes made contact. Time froze. It was like 11 of my friends in 5th grade, like semicircled around her.
Yeah,
and her friend, and she just literally like wink, like a 2 sec. It could have been an eternity, but it was a 2-second up down.
You went like time warp through like Star Wars when they punch it in the overdrive.
One pill makes you bigger, and the next one makes you small. My eyes get all dilated.
Yeah.
And she literally snatches the 30, and her friends start laughing and just run off.
Yeah.
And I swear I think one of my friends was videotaping it, so there might be a pair of 8th grade tits on
floating around.
Honest, like in the midst of us like pushing each other and like mimicking Jackass, pushing each other off into bushes and shopping carts and ollieing like 4 stairs. There's just like an 8th grader's tits somewhere in there.
Damn.
That was my first live action pair.
That's a good story.
Yeah. And then I didn't see another tit for 2 years.
Here's some advice, ladies. Don't show your tits for no money. Or for $30 to boys.
Why?
I just think it might end up on a videotape somewhere.
It's not, it's not.
No, it's not going to hurt anybody.
It's not getting distributed.
All right, fine.
I don't think it may or may not be on tape.
I think it's pretty fair for me to say don't underage show your tits to guys for $30, but I guess Steve disagrees.
If they're your peers and younger. It's not weird.
Maybe it's the right thing to do is to bless the boys.
How angelic is it for an 8th grader to flash 12 6th graders? Are you fucking kidding me?
That's the
for
gift,
$30?
That's the gift of fire, like a Native American folktale.
Yeah,
that's the gods giving you an unending resource.
She floated away like an angel. We all bought Slurpees and fucking
came.
Yeah, it was literally like in Shawshank when it was like they were on the roof drinking the suds.
Yeah,
when he almost gets thrown off. What do you think?
Oh, I was just gonna stop and restart the camera.
Stop.
Unless you want to call it.
How much time we in?
I don't know how long the first one. This one was. We're almost at 30 minutes. We're at 29 minutes, and I believe it shuts off at 30. So I was gonna stop and restart.
Stop and restart. Do some more questions.
Yeah.
All right. Let's pause.
I mean, we can always make it 2.
We need to get a camera that does the. We're still rolling on the audio though.
Oh, this is what happened. The movie you recorded exceeded the 4 gigabyte limit. It was split into 7 files.
Something's going on, man.
Usually I have twice the memory in it, but I'm borrowing your SD card.
Didn't you just clear it out?
Yeah, but it's still a 32 gigabyte thing on like a HD camera. So what I'm thinking is that here, let's stop this so we can keep them all separate.
Yeah.